Hello everybody, my name is CIS300 Ganapati. Today I would like to cover the topic beyond browsing and email. In the early days of computing, computers were seen as devices for making calculations, storing data, and automating business processes. However, as the devices evolved, it became apparent that many of the functions of telecommunication could be integrated into the computers. Today's programs are typically used for a variety of types of online communication. For example, the Skype online communication program can be used to exchange instant messages, which we call as IMs, making voice and video calls via Voice over Internet Protocol, which we say as VoIP, and exchange files with your online contacts. The Gmail web services can be used to exchange instant messages and make voice and video calls. That is done by Google Hangout Communications app, in addition to sending and receiving emails. So, let us see something called as geofencing. What is a geofencing? A geofence is a virtual perimeter here, as you can see, for a real-world geographic area. A geofence could be dynamically generated as a radius around a point location here. It is a location-based service in which an app or other software which uses the GPS, RFID, Wi-Fi or cellular data to trigger a pre-programmed action where a mobile device or RFID tag enters or exits a virtual boundary here set up around a geographical location. So this is called a geofence. Depending on how a geofence is configured, it can prompt mobile push notifications, trigger text messages or alerts, send targeted advertisements on social media, and it allows tracking on vehicle fleets. It also disables certain technology or delivered location-based marketing data. Some geofences are set up to monitor activity in secure areas, allowing management to see alerts when anyone enters or leaves a specific area. Businesses can also use geofence to monitor employees in the field, and it also automates time cards and keep tracks of company property. That's a lot of information about geofencing, right? Moving on. Twittering and social media updates. Twittering refers to posting short, up to 140 characters update. So they are called tweets, and about what you're doing, what you're thinking at the moment to the social network. Individuals see the tweets of people they follow on Twitter, and they can also view other tweets followed by searching Twitter for key terms or hashtags. Twitter is used today to get updates on weather, ask assistance with problems, or to conduct information searches. So it's hashtag CIS300. So there are other different forms of browsing. Moving to forums. What is a forum? An internet forum or message board is an online discussion site where people can hold conversation in the form of posted messages. Forum can have specific set of jargon associated with them. For example, a single conversation is called a thread or a topic. They typically have a moderator who monitors the forum or to remove the inappropriate posts, etc. When a particular participant posts a message, it is displayed for anyone accessing the forum to read and to respond to. So we have heard of this Voice over Internet Protocol or VoIP in the previous slides. What is it? The internet telephony is the original industry which termed the process of placing telephonic calls over the internet. Today, the standard term for placing telephonic calls over the internet or any other type of data network is Voice over Internet Protocol, VoIP, and it can take many forms. At the simplest level, VoIP calls can place from a computer to computer, such as by starting a voice conversation with an online contact with a messaging program and a headset and a microphone, of course. And it is relatively inexpensive. That is like about $20 to $25 a month. It depends on the type of the application which you are using. There are many free voice over internet protocols calls as well. Few of them include Skype, WhatsApp, Facebook, callers, etc. And it does not work when there's no internet connection for sure. Here, as you can see, so two systems or two telephones can communicate over the internet. Moving on to web conferences and webinars. Moving to web conferences and webinars. The term video conference refers to the use of computers or mobile devices or video cameras, microphones, and other communication technologies to conduct real face-to-face meetings between people in different locations. Video conferencing that takes place via the internet is often called as web conferencing or online conferencing. Webinars, which is a combined word for web seminars, are similar to web conferences, but typically they have a designated presenter and an audience. Although the interaction with the audience is usually included, such as just the question-answer session, for example, a webinar is typically more one-way communication than a web conference. A completely one-way presentation, such as a recorded webinar played back on demand, you can take the example of this class, for example. They are recorded and it is sometimes referred to as a webcast. So here you can see that it can be owned by the individuals and the businesses. So businesses also use web conferencing to hold their meetings, etc. Since everything is moving to online these days, web conferences is a common thing. Let us move on. Here you can see the face-to-face conversation, and here you can also have multiple people joining into the web conference. Let us see what social media is. A social media network can be used or it can be loosely defined as any site that can create a community of individuals who can communicate with or share information with one another. The collection of social networking sites and other communication channels used to transmit or share information with a broader audience, and that is referred as social media. For example, the social media networking sites include MySpace, Facebook, Google+, etc. So, as a small assignment, can you name any of the 5 social media platforms apart from these? Look forward for your answers. Social networking is also increasingly being integrated with other online activities. For instance, you can exchange messages or have video calls with your friends within Google+ or Facebook. You can also share YouTube videos via an email message, a video call, or a social networking page from a YouTube video page. You can also view your friends' Facebook updates in Skype. A small piece of update. Social media today is used by law enforcement. For instance, investigators hunting for a second bomber in 2013 Boston Marathon attack was used by the suspect. Social networking sites as well as the posts and videos uploaded by the witness in the search. That's an interesting piece of information, isn't it? Finally, Coming to the social media networking sites, adults and children should be cautious about revealing too much personal information via these sites, both for personal safety reasons and to prevent the information from being used in the personalized targeted spear phishing attack. So as you can see here, there is a login page and you can share in Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. So this is integrated into particular website. I guess one of my favorite topics here would be online shopping. Online shopping and online investing are examples of e-commerce, which is online financial transactions. It is very common today to order products, buy products, sell stocks, pay bills, and manage financial accounts online. However, because online fraud, credit card fraud, and identity theft, I'm sure you all would have come across credit card frauds once in a while. So these are continuing to grow over a rapid pace. It is important to be cautious when participating in online financial activities. Online banking, so that includes performing banking activities via the web. Of course, online investing or selling or buying stocks. Robinhood is one of the online investing mobile app. Coming to online music. So online music is the music played via the web, like Spotify, etc. We have YouTube Music as well. So online web TV shows, that includes Netflix, Amazon Prime, etc. These are featured films via the web. They are also called as video on demand, that is downloading the movies and television shows on demand. Here you can see the Hulu and video on demand. Moving to technology and you. So, high-tech workout tools include dumbbells that attach to a Wi-Fi remote and an uncheck to add resistance training to Wi-Fit workouts, wristbands and watches that track your pace, distance, time, calories burned, etc. And you can also upload all this data in order to chart your programs online. Some are free, whereas others are purchased individually or via a subscription. So this is typically streamed via the internet. So here is a YouTube link for the smart mirror. I was really amazed to see this video. I'm sure I want you all to see if you can build something like this. So that is used using Raspberry Pi, and all these are very basic things which most of us have already. So he explains the step-by-step setup. I would recommend going through this video once. It's an interesting piece of information. Let us move on. Coming to online entertainment. There are various forms of entertainment such as online gaming, music, videos on demand, news, etc. Online gaming or electronic gaming playing over the computer network, especially over the internet, this is often associated with the internet addiction. What is internet addiction actually? So it is the inability to stop using the internet or to prevent extensive use of the internet from interfering with other aspects of one's life. So there is something called as gamification. Gamification is the application of game design elements and game principles in non-game context. It can also be defined as a set of activities and processes to solve problems by applying the characteristics of game elements, like the skills, the different challenges which you get once you solve a challenge, what is the reward associated with it, and the achievement, and finally the goals. Online news. The news portal is an online communication medium for internet users which are read by all over the world. It is usually updated on a continuous basis. So, can you name 5 online news portals? CNBC, etc. Name 5 online news portals. These are some of the reference sites which provide the useful information. It has the phone and address directories. We can find the weather, and there are definitely the use of maps, which is the most important feature, I'm pretty sure. And we have the encyclopedias, etc. So here, as you can see, that this is a portal page that contains a variety of customized news and information. We can find the weather here. We can search for a particular news. We can click on a story or a headline. So this is the entire news portal at a glance. This is a web feed that allows the users and application to access updates to the websites in a standardized computer readable format. These feeds, for example, allows a user to keep track of many different websites in a single news aggregator. Moving to podcasts. Podcasts are recorded audio or video file that can be played or downloaded via the web. Streaming application and podcasting services provide a convenient, integrated way to manage a personal consumption queue across many podcast sources and playback devices. It can be prepared by individuals and businesses. So it is used to share knowledge, express opinions, share original poems, songs, etc. So this is one interesting web page which I came across where the top 100 podcasts are listed here. And it would be good if you can go through few of them. I really liked a couple of them. So just go through the topics which interests you. I'm sure you'll find this exciting. Moving on. So a vast amount of product information and government information is available online. So there's a whole set of information which you can find in the internet. Moving to again one of my favorite topics, the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is a system of interrelated computing devices. They can be mechanical and digital machines provided with a unique identifier, and it has the ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human to human or human to computer interaction. Traditional fields of embedded systems or wireless sensor networks, control system, automation systems, and all others, they all contribute to enabling the Internet of Things. So here it is also called as machine to machine. They have sensors in the shoes, the Fitbits, smartwatch, smart homes, etc. So here we will be seeing just a very small example of what IoT consists of. The list is huge. So the robotic assisted surgery is pretty popular these days. We have self-driving cars, we have smartphones, online shopping, etc. These all would come under the Internet of Things umbrella. So here you can see that this is a Fuel smart band, and that is synchronized to your app. Online education and writing. Online education is a form of education where students use their home computers through the internet. Computer-based training, web-based training, internet-based training, online training, e-learning, that is the electronic learning, mobile learning, all these are just the different variety of styles of online education. We have something called as student response systems. So I'm sure all of us are quite familiar with Sakai or Canvas. where the quizzes or the course material is posted. As I said, there is something called as web-based training, where the instruction is delivered via the web. So the current class is also an example of web-based training. Distance learning and online testing, that is taking the test via the internet. Taking exams via Canvas is an example of online testing. And it is graded automatically. Moving to online writing. Online writing has different forms actually. Some of them include blogs, wikis, e-portfolios, etc. E-portfolio is a collection of individuals' work accessible via the web. I highly recommend everyone to start creating your e-portfolio website, which displays your skills and projects. In the longer run, it would be very good source for job seeking process. Censorship and privacy issues. What is censorship? Censorship is the suppression of speech, public communication, or other information on the basis that such material is considered objectionable, harmful, sensitive, or inconvenient. Censorship can be conducted by governments, private institutions, or other controlling bodies. So something which is indecent or offensive, those would be censored. Internet filtering. The content control software that is commonly referred as internet filter is a software that restricts or controls the content of internet user and that is capable to access, especially when utilized to restrict material delivered over the internet or email or any other means. It is used by individuals, schools, employers, public computers, etc. Moving to web browsing privacy. It encompasses what information is about individuals is available, how it is used, and it is used by whom. Cookies are small files stored on the hard drive and it is used by the web server. It is used to identify return visitors and their preferences. So if you open any new web page, website cookies request would be a frequent pop-up which you will be seeing, and you can either allow the cookie or block the cookie. This is a prompt. Spyware and adware. A spyware is a software installed without user's knowledge that transmits data secretly through the user's internet connection. Be very careful of these spywares. And adware is a software supported by on-screen advertising. It often includes free programs and it does not gather information. It is not installed without user's consent. Email privacy. It is only encrypted email that can be transmitted privately. Employers and internet service providers have access to emails sent through those organizations. Businesses and internet service providers typically archive an email message. So here you can see this is a regular non-encrypted email where you can read the content, and this comes with a confidential tag, and this is encrypted, that is equal to a sealed letter. I guess it's time for quiz now. Ordering a movie or television show to be downloaded from the internet is referred as interactive TV, online radio, or video on demand. True or false? A URL that begins with HTTPS indicates that the page being viewed is secure. Is it true or is it false? Blocking access to particular web page or the types of web pages using browser settings or special software is called internet blank. I'm sure you're ready with the answers. Let us see. So, ordering a movie or television show on the internet is referred as video on demand. As the name suggests, it is pretty imperative that when we need a video to be downloaded on demand, so that is called as a VOD. It is true that the HTTPS stands for secure, and just HTTP is not a secured one. Blocking access to particular web page or the types of web pages using browser settings or special software is called internet filtering. That's all from my side. Thank you.